What is going on, Gigi Gang? I hope everyone's doing wonderful today. Happy Monday, driving to work. I wanted to talk Tesla last night. I tweeted out, there's a new fund manager in town, and it seems like the sentiment on Tesla in general with some analysts are changing. Now, first things first, hit subscribe if you're new. Drop me a comment in terms of where you guys are tuning in from, city, state, country today. And Wall Street is funny because, you know, we talk about Wall Street. When the stock is sinking, all they want to do is downgrade. When Wall Street sees that the stock is soaring, all they want to do is upgrade, right? They follow. It's a lagging indicator on the stock market in general. Now, one non-analyst but fund manager on Twitter, you might have seen him. You probably, if you've been on X for any, FinTwit as they call it, for any meaningful amount of time, you would know about Peru Saxena, a Hong Kong fund manager who has historically been a Tesla bear. He's actually come out and said that last week he's actually bought Tesla. And get this, the reasoning, and in general, this isn't really news, right? I'm not really going to come here and tell you about some random guy on Twitter who's a fund manager for his personal portfolio and what he thinks about Tesla. But what's interesting about this is, and I'm seeing this more and more, is a lot of smart people that have not invested in Tesla prior to, let's say, this year or in the last year, a lot of them are now using FSD and specifically robots as a service as their main argument for investing in Tesla today. Meaning the auto business story in general for Tesla, although, you know, and I can talk about my personal feelings on this later, but, you know, a lot of them are using robotics and FSD as the main reason to invest in Tesla, which I find fascinating because that's the number one argument that Tesla bears today will use against Tesla bulls who will, you know, they'll pretty much say Tesla bulls have ditched the auto business in general and they're looking towards FSD and robotaxi to get them that valuation that they hope for. And so if you see Tesla bears now, and I'm seeing this increasingly so, come out of the woodwork and say, yeah, the auto business is whatever, but the FSD and robotaxi implications potentially could be immense. It doesn't smell so much like cope anymore, right? And on top of that, look, I think robotaxis might still be some time away. But if you have been following me on Twitter, if you've been following me on X, @HeyIt'sYashu, I mean, you know how excited I've been in the last week and a half since FSD V12, 12.2 especially, and onwards. How exciting it has been, right? And that was an interesting scenario right there for a robotaxi. But anyways, I've been super jazzed up, right, about FSD V12. The case scenarios that we're seeing, it's really unlike any other. Let me get this off the thing here. It's unlike anything else that we've seen. Yes, it's still some time away. It's not ready for showtime just yet. But man, it's getting there. But even putting that aside, you talk about robots, right? Tesla bot. You know, we need to get into the financials of what this means. But essentially, the new investor class that got into Tesla in the last year, very few of them look at autos as the main business driver, and they look at robots and robotaxi as the main super driver for Tesla stock at the valuation that Tesla is at. Now, I think that the AI that Tesla has in general is probably worth more than what Tesla is valued at today in the long run. But the question is, when does the market realize this? Or does the market realize this, I guess, if you wanted it to be, you know, ethical about it? When does the market realize this? Because, I mean, if you look at Microsoft, if you look at Meta, it took the market a while from what their original stories were at to get the valuations that they sit on today. But if you look at the lows that a lot of these companies hit, if you look at Meta, for example, and maybe Meta is analogous to Tesla, where Tesla's sitting at today. Meta hit really low. I mean, 52-week low was one way to put it, but a multi-year low, right? 18 months ago? Something like that. And now it's sitting at all-time highs, right? So the market can turn fast on a stock we know in general the big issue still lingering for Tesla investors is Elon's comp plan. If Elon can't figure out this comp plan, what does the stock look like? If he can't get 25% voting control, does he not continue to build within Tesla? That's the worry institutionally. Of course, he's going to appeal the Delaware court case. Who knows what's going to happen with that? This is a real overhang, right? You forget about the Twitter overhang, right? Forget about whatever other overhangs that we've had before. But this real overhang that we're having now hopefully gets sorted out soon. And I think Elon is looking at FSD and robotaxis today and going, man, we're close probably to solving this. I really hope I get my comp plan soon. So, you know, I hope this all gets figured out. It's a conversation that we can have on a live stream one day. It's a longer form one. But man, I hope everyone has a wonderful week ahead. Drop me a comment down below, leave a like and subscribe on your way out. Yash signing off. Peace out.